You know, it sounds like a cliche when you say giving is receiving. I used to read it on a fortune cookie. I remember the first trip I experienced it. It was this rush of these emotions that I can't describe, but I felt it. I felt the meaning of it. And since then it's become a drug. But when I'm talking about happiness is when you realize that the world is full of people in need. He's 4 years old now. Typically we do this at age 1. See how far the cleft has grown. But we couldn't come because of the pandemic now. His cleft has grown, so this is going to be very challenging. And when you're sitting there complaining about your flight being late or your cappuccino being cold, that shit doesn't exist anymore once you've seen this. She seems very concerned, so he's explaining why this happened, what the plan is, and what they can expect. And all you have to see it as once. You don't have to do it every year like we do. Just see it once. They're too embarrassed to say they can't, they don't have the means, and then they will leave here and they won't do it because they're too embarrassed to tell us. I just want to make sure that that's not happening. Once you have a perspective, you can't undo that or unsee it. The reason why the mom got emotional because she has some speech problems that she gets bullied at school.
She's getting bullied at school.
She's getting bullied, which is totally fucked up. And you come to that realization, you feel so obligated to share it with every single person. Unfortunately, she's gonna wake up with a lot of pain. You know, it will take about a week for the pain to go away. That's why these kids grow up like troopers. And every time you share it and you get to inspire someone and at least make someone think that there is such a thing, but failure is not an option, so we're gonna have to do it. So our mission has 3 challenges. Number 1 is raising awareness. People don't know about it. Number 2 is evaluation, bring in as much children in for evaluation. And number 3, obviously, doing the work in the operating room, delivering every day. All right, so this is our first day, and there's all these patients that are waiting for us. So when we get to Colombia, our first day is clinic day, where we're evaluating as many children, basically whoever shows up. Today, I think we have 114 scheduled patients.
Upstairs is so full.
What's so full?
Waiting room upstairs.
Oh, that's where they're waiting?
It's super full. You should go.
Let's go.
All the way up.
So before we had them all wait here, it was super crazy. So now they're having them wait upstairs. So we never let anyone go home without having evaluated them. Wow. So we got to see all of these people today. Okay. All right. And they just drive up hours or days just to see us, hoping we'll be able to see them and even do their surgeries. Yeah, you see how hot it's in there?
Yeah.
Hot, smelly, and they don't care. How does she feel? Tell me, I want to know.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Because I know she's a little sad.
Por la naturaleza.
She didn't like it.
Okay.
But let me get Alberto here because he's in Bucaramanga.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. Let's see what we can do. Alberto is actually from Bucaramanga, and he's a phenomenal surgeon. Una fístula paladar.
Sí, sería intentar cerrar la fístula. Ya no van a hacer nada.
Una pregunta para paciente, necesita L4-1 osteotomía. So give him a quick synopsis as to what we're trying to do, that she was quoted, she can't afford it, and whether he can help
¿Estás en
her.
ortodoncia?
Okay? No te preocupes.
No podemos alterar el orden, ¿sí? No, tranquila.
Eso no es nada. Eso no es nada. Good.
They were either at the right time, the right place, or they knew the right person for the right thing. It took what? Within 5 seconds, her world changed from being down to being high. With what? With me walking out of the room into the hallway, and that's it. Her life changed. Alberto, gracias.
No, that's no problem.
Gracias.
De nada, okay? No te preocupes, okay? Tell her I promise her we'll do the rhinoplasty. You know how it feels, right? You know that. I can only sense it. Huh? I'm super happy. So what just happened? All they care about is, hey, can you fix my child? And they all think we can do it with one surgery, and they don't understand that it's so many multiple steps based on their development and their age and their defect, the size, and many aspects of their defects. There are patients that have alveolar cleft, lip, nasal floor, and the entire nose. So this is how we chart things, and we can see with one image what the problem is. And then when you see their faces, once you tell them that, and we have to hold their hands throughout the process. And that's the tough part. Giving them faith, telling them everything will be fine, don't worry, you know, everything will be fine, your child will be fine. She also has what's called hemifacial microsomia, meaning one side of the face is underdeveloped. That's why she also has a missing ear as one component. And one side of her jaw, her cheekbones, her eyelid function, asymmetric palate, all coming from a facial nerve deficiency and the growth development. It's also known as golden Haar syndrome. We don't have a confirmation, so we need more genetic evaluation. It could become a problem as she grows with her spinal cord. So we have to educate them, we have to tell them it's based on the child's development. It's not just one magic surgery, it's a process. I wish I had a magic stick. I wish I had a magic stick. I will have limited access to Wi-Fi, and I'm out of country on my mission trip. I might not be able to respond timely. It's gonna be a marathon, but the whole week is gonna feel like one single day. It's gonna feel like one single day. Once we're in the operating room, which is the second day after the evaluation, we've already scheduled all our patients. We already know who's gonna be in what room, who's gonna do what surgeries based on their experience and on their expertise. So this was, for the first case, this was actually a very tough case, but you know, you always want to have an easy case to warm up after you've done this for 4 years and feel a little rusty, but you know, it's like muscle memory, but you got to play the cards you're handed. So I got an extremely tough case to begin with, but you can't complain or ask for something, you just got to do it, and that's why it's important to remember your surgical principles, so when you get a curveball, you know how to solve that. Just like in life, you know your principles in life. You can weather any storm, you can figure it out, and instead of trying to go by a cookbook and as soon as it doesn't go your way, you don't know what to do. So just go stick to your principles, and so that's the most important thing. This mission was after a 3-year hiatus since the pandemic, which was terrible because there was a lot of children that were waiting for us. We just couldn't get to them. So I'm gonna do a bilateral cleft lip, a primary cleft lip over there. So it's a tough case because normally you want to do it as early as possible. This is relatively late. So as the baby has grown, the cleft has widened. So these cases are not ideal. So let's do this. So our purpose is to raise awareness for our foundation, for our mission, Alegria Foundation for Cleft Lip and Palate. We operate on 15 to 20 children a day in 4 days, so it's roughly about 80 children. And each surgery costs us literally $250. How can you help? Again, a $1 donation. How many billions of people is there in this world? Having like some organized educational resources for them, whether it is in video format, you know, or storytelling, or just stuff online, they won't have that anxiety that their child might be missing out of a normal life. and that there is a simple solution. They just have to have the right thing done at the right time. I had a mother, every time she fed the baby, she put her thumb onto the palate and then put the bottle so that the baby won't aspirate. I mean, that's a mother's survival instinct, but if someone would have told her that, hey, this is something that can be easily treated, take her to the right place, you know, she wouldn't have to do that. The baby wouldn't have to suffer. So I think as a community, we need to bring more awareness, because for us, it's easy. I mean, so what, my neck will hurt. It's not a big deal. A week later, I'm just fine. And we love doing this. You know, there's people like us all over the world, by the way. We're not the only ones. You know, for $250, we can help one child's life. We can change their lives forever. Not just their lives, but their family's lives. You know, if you're a parent, if you're a mother or father, you want the best for your child. Imagine with $1 you could do that. So many of you have asked how you can join our team at Alegria. It's hard. We're limited to how many people we can take. It's because we have to comply with the logistical requirements of the government, the local hospital. All right, so you see this took us, what, 45 minutes, half an hour? Now this baby will be able to, for the first time, drink milk without it spilling into the nose and choking from it within, what, 45 minutes? How can you help Alegria, our foundation, which by the way means joy, because we're giving joy to the families and the children, is just spread the word. You know, beyond the financials, spread the word. That would be a huge help. I think I've had a tough day. Ask this little kid. You know, next time you complain about your tough day.
I know. We have minor problems.
Right?
Yeah.
And no fault on our own.
I'm building a home. I'm all on my own. This city is cold from the outside.